Hello, and welcome to this video tutorial on how to get started using Read and Write, how to use some of the reading features, and how to access and read the e-text files you have requested from the Student Disability Resource Center. Read and Write is a program that has many different types of tools, including reading, writing, study skills, and research tools. It is essentially a floating toolbar that works on top of other programs you are already using. In this video, we're going to be covering the following topics: getting started with Read and Write, including an introduction and explanation of the floating toolbar, how to and the need for checking for updates frequently, getting help with Read and Write's built-in video tutorials, adjusting voice and appearance settings, reading documents with Read and Write, including Word documents, web pages, and PDF documents, opening and reading e-text files you receive from the Student Disability Resource Center, using the highlighter tools, and using the screenshot reader and scan tools. Finally, we'll discuss the next steps you can take if you would like additional instruction on Read and Write and its many features. To start the Read and Write program, double-click the Read and Write shortcut icon that was installed on your desktop during the installation process. If you have a Read and Write icon on your taskbar, you can start Read and Write by clicking on the icon on your taskbar. If a shortcut icon is not on your desktop nor on the taskbar, you can start Read and Write by going to the Windows Start button, select All Programs, select the Text Help folder, select the Read and Write 11 folder, and then select the Read and Write icon. When Read and Write opens, a toolbar will appear on your desktop. The toolbar that appears on your screen contains all the tools available in Read and Write and can be positioned or docked to the top or side of the screen. The toolbar, however, cannot be docked to the bottom of your screen, and if desired, it can be left floating on the screen or not docked to a particular location. To dock the toolbar to either the top or side of the screen, click on the title bar of the toolbar and drag and drop it to the very top or side of the screen. When you open other applications, those applications will appear below or to the side of the Read and Write toolbar. If you wish to undock the toolbar from its current location, select the anchor icon on the far right of the toolbar. The toolbar should now be floating on your screen over any other applications. There are 6 toolbars available in Read and Write. Clicking on the Read and Write puzzle piece icon on the far right of the toolbar will cycle you through these toolbars. The 6 toolbars are: Reading Features. On this toolbar, only buttons associated with reading are displayed. The Writing Features toolbar contains buttons that are only associated with writing. The Research Features toolbar's buttons are only associated with research. The My Features toolbar displays the buttons for all of the main features in the software and can be customized so that you only see the toolbar icons you want to see. The Study Skills Features is a toolbar that only displays buttons associated with study skills, and the All Features toolbar displays all of the buttons on the toolbar. Most of the icons on the toolbar have a down arrow next to it. Clicking on the down arrow will provide a drop-down list that contains a number of options for setting up that particular tool. You can customize many features of the toolbar, including the icons visible on the My Features toolbar, the size of the toolbar icons, and the color of the toolbar. To customize the icons that are visible on the My Features toolbar, go to the My Features toolbar. You can either select the Read and Write puzzle piece icon until the My Features toolbar appears, or you can select the Read and Write drop-down arrow located to the right of the Read and Write puzzle piece icon, select Current Toolbar, and select My Features. Once the My Features toolbar is active, select the Read and Write drop-down arrow again, select General Options, select the Display tab, and select Check or deselect, uncheck toolbar buttons that will appear on the My Features toolbar. From the same dialog box, the Display tab of the General Options dialog box, you can select the toolbar icon settings. You can select either small or large icons and have the icons displayed with or without text labels beneath the icons. Until you get familiar with the toolbar icons, you may wish to have the icons displayed with the text. It is a good idea to check frequently for updates to read and write. TextHelp is continually updating the software, and checking frequently for updates will ensure that you are using the most up-to-date version of the software. To check for updates to read and write, select the Read and Write drop-down arrow, select About, select the link in the middle of the dialog box that says Click here to check for updates on the Internet. Select the button Check Now. Read and Write will check for updates. If the program is up to date, it will notify you that you are running the current version of the Read and Write software. If updates are necessary, follow the prompts to install the updates. Read and Write has built-in video tutorials that can assist you with questions you may have. Every tool on the Read and Write toolbar has a short video that explains the tool and provides guidance for using the tool. This is a helpful feature. If you have questions on what a particular tool does or how to use it, watch the help video for that tool. To access the video tutorials within Read and Write, select the Read and Write drop-down arrow, select all video tours, and select the particular video tour you are interested in viewing. Please note that you'll need an internet connection to view the video tours. Once you select a video tour, a web browser will open and the video will be displayed from the TextHelp website. If you're not satisfied with the default voice settings, speed, highlighting, or the pronunciation of certain words, you may make adjustments. Let's take a look at how you can customize some of the appearance and voice settings within Read and Write. To change the voice settings, select the Play drop-down list from the toolbar and select Speech Options. The Speech tab of the Speech Options window will open. Select a different voice from the Select a Voice drop-down list. Select the Test Voice button to hear the new voice. You can continue to adjust the voice and settings as desired.
This is your new voice.
Adjust the pitch, speed, volume, and word pause as desired by adjusting the slider bars. When satisfied with the voice settings, select the OK button.
This is your new voice. Is it okay?
This is your new voice. Is it okay?
When listening to Read and Write read text aloud, you may encounter words that are mispronounced. You can tell Read and Write how to pronounce certain words. To do this, select the Play drop-down list and select Speech Options. The Speech tab of the Speech Options window will be displayed. Select the Say Like tab. TextHelp has already added a modified pronunciation for PDF Aloud.
PDF Aloud.
Another example is the way Read and Write pronounces the acronym HSU. Read and Write will pronounce HSU as Sue. If you would rather hear HSU instead of Sue, you can tell Read and Write how to pronounce HSU correctly.
Sue. HSU.
Select the New button on the Say Like tab. Enter the mispronounced word in the Pronounce This text box. In this case, enter HSU. Enter the phonetic pronunciation of the word in the Like This text box, HSU. Select the play button to the right of the Like This box to verify that it is pronouncing the word correctly. Adjust the pronunciation as necessary until it is pronounced correctly. Select Save. The word will be added to the pronunciations list. Select OK. When Read and Write reads text out loud, it will highlight the words as it reads. If the colors used and the amount of highlighting is not to your liking, you can adjust the settings. To adjust the speech highlighting settings, select the Play drop-down list from the toolbar. Select Speech Options. The Speech tab of the Speech Options window will be displayed. Select the Highlight tab. Select the color combination desired for highlighting by selecting the Choose the Highlighting Colors drop-down menu and select the desired option from the list. A preview will appear in the Options screen. Select OK. Read and Write integrates with other programs you use, such as Microsoft Word, Internet browsers, and Adobe Acrobat. Read and Write can read text out loud from these programs. Before reading text out loud, you'll want to ensure that your sound is enabled and the volume is not muted. Depending on the environment in which you're in, you may also wish to use headphones. To read text in a Microsoft Word document, open the Word document, select or put the cursor where you would like Read and Write to begin reading out loud, and select the play icon on the toolbar. Read and Write will begin reading the text out loud. Select the pause and stop icons from the toolbar as necessary.
Introduction. Read and Write is designed to provide tools to assist with reading, writing, studying, and research tasks. It can read text aloud and help construct words and sentences. It also has many other features including advanced spell checking, document scanning, and internet tools. Read and Write is a floating toolbar that integrates with the programs you are already using, such as Microsoft Word, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Adobe Acrobat, Google Docs, etc. This guide will introduce you to the basics of getting started with Read and Write, including starting the Read and Write program, understanding the toolbar, and setting the display options for the toolbar. Positioning the toolbar. This toolbar is a floating toolbar that can be positioned anywhere on the screen. It can also be docked to the top or the side of the screen if desired.
Read and Write can also read web pages in Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Chrome. It does not read web pages from the Microsoft Edge browser at this time. To read text aloud from web pages, open your favorite browser. Depending on the browser selected, you may need to install a plugin to enable Read and Write to be able to read from the browser. If prompted to install a plugin, follow the instructions on your screen. Note that after installing a plugin, you may need to restart your browser. There are two different ways you can read web pages. You can have web pages read automatically when you hover over text, or you can select text from the web page that you would like read aloud. The automatic reading setting may be handy, but if you move your cursor around the web page, Read and Write will stop reading what it is currently reading and begin reading where your cursor is. This may or may not be distracting to you. To have web pages read automatically when you hover your cursor over text, select the Play drop-down list from the toolbar. Select the Read the Web option if it is not already checked. If you have Read the Web set to on, once you have a web page open, you can hover your mouse over an area of text, and Read Out Loud will begin to read it out loud. Please note that you may need to click once inside the web page for this feature to work. The Read the Web option is an option that you can turn on and turn off as desired. So if there are times when you would prefer that the web page is not automatically read when your cursor is hovering over text, you can turn the Read the Web setting off. To turn off the Read the Web setting, select the Play drop-down list from the toolbar and select the Read the Web option.
Humboldt State University is a place for students with a spirit of adventure and a passion for. At Humboldt, you'll explore new ideas while learning more about yourself. Your professors will. And when you graduate, you'll have more than just a degree. You'll have the skills to go far in life and make your community. BSS Balcony. Life at Humboldt State. Is a little something like this, as captured by our campus photographer and member. Help tell the story. Share what's great about HSU using Humboldt State on Twitter and Instagram for a chance to get your own picture. Is a little something like. Welcome. Welcome to the Student Disability Resource Center SDRC at Humboldt State University. We welcome Announcements. SDRC is open this summer. Emergency planning. Policies and procedures. Forms. Frequently asked questions. Facts. It is the policy of Humboldt State University to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity by the campus, including access to the content and services of the World Wide Web page.
If you have Read the Web set to off, you can still have Read and Write read text aloud from web pages. To read text out loud with Read the Web set to off, open a web page, select the text you would like Read and Write to read out loud, select the play icon from the toolbar, and use the pause and stop icons on the toolbar as necessary.
Humboldt State University is a place for students with a spirit of adventure and a passion for making a difference in the world. And when you graduate, you'll have more than just a degree. You'll have the skills to go far in life and make your community better. It is the policy of Humboldt State University to provide equal access and reasonable accommodation for individuals with disabilities to participate in any program, service, or opportunity by the campus, including access to the
Read and Write can also read text aloud from PDF files with their PDF Aloud tool. To read a PDF document in PDF Aloud, you must first save the PDF file to your computer. That is, you cannot read a PDF document that opens within a browser. To read a PDF document in PDF Aloud, select the PDF icon from the toolbar. The Open dialog box will open. Navigate to the location of the saved PDF file you'd like to read and select Open. PDF Aloud will open with a PDF document displayed. The PDF Aloud toolbar has an icon on the right that looks like a finger with a green or a red dot to the right of it. This is a click-to-speak icon and toggles the feature on and off. When this tool is on, the dot is green, and when the tool is off, the dot is red. The click-to-speak tool, when activated, will allow you to click somewhere specific in the PDF document, and PDF Aloud will begin reading out loud from that point.
It is the policy of Humboldt State University HII, service dog defined, in accordance with Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1970. Service animals are dogs trained to do specific tasks or work for the benefit of a person with a disability. The law distinguishes between a service dog and a therapy, or emotional support animal. A service dog is an animal with a good temperament and disposition, has reliable, predictable.
If you choose not to activate the click-to-speak tool, you can highlight the text you would like to read, then select the play, stop, and pause icons to control reading.
Subject: Humboldt State University Service Dog Policy. Policy. It is the policy of Service animals are dogs trained to do specific tasks or work for the benefit of a person with a disability. The work or task that the dog performs must be directly. The law distinguishes between a service dog and a therapy, or emotional support animal. A service dog is an animal with a good temperament and disposition, has reliable, predictable behavior, and is selected and trained to accompany people with disabilities.
The e-text files you requested from the Student Disability Resource Center will more than likely be PDF files. The files will be uploaded to Moodle, where you will be able to download them and read them with Read and Write. You will use the steps we just covered to read the PDF files provided to you in Read and Write's PDF Aloud. Remember, you will need to download the PDF files from Moodle before you can open them in PDF Aloud. To download the files from Moodle, you will first need to log into Moodle by logging into your My Humboldt. To log into your My Humboldt, go to http://www.humboldt.edu. Enter your HSU username and password if requested, and select the Login button. Select the Moodle button that is located in the upper right corner of the My Humboldt portal page. The eText files you have requested have been, or will be, uploaded to a course that was created specifically for you. This course should be listed under My Courses on the Moodle page. My Moodle page looks different than yours does, so unfortunately I cannot show you what this part looks like. Navigate to the book and chapter file that you would like to download to read with Read and Write's PDF Aloud. Select the file by clicking on the link. Depending on the browser selected, download behavior may be different. You may be prompted to save the file, or the file may download automatically to a Downloads folder. Select the radio button, Save File if prompted, and select OK. Save the file to your hard drive or flash drive, but make a note of where the file is being saved so you can find it later. Open Read and Write if it is not already open. Select the PDF Aloud icon from the Read and Write toolbar. Navigate to the location where you save the file or where your internet browser automatically saved the downloaded file. The file should now be open within PDF Aloud. Activate or deactivate, click to speak according to your preference, and have PDF Aloud read the PDF document out loud.
CH Chapter 5, Theorizing on Social Science Research Methods, Indigenous Perspectives, Language, Myth, Truth, Ancestral Memory, Dance, Music, Art and Science provide the sources of knowledge, the canons of proof and the stimulus structures of truth. Malifi Santi 1990, p. 19. Our story for people of color have always theorized, but in forms quite different from the Western form of abstract logic, and I am inclined to say that our theorizing, and I intentionally use
Read and Write provides study skills highlighters that you can use to highlight words or sections of text such as main ideas, supporting details, and vocabulary words. You can highlight from any Microsoft Word document, web page, PDF file when using PDF Aloud, or Google Docs document. Highlighted text can be exported to Microsoft Word to create study guides or outlines. I will demonstrate highlighting in a Word and PDF document. To use the highlighters in Word, open the Word document that you would like to study. Select the text that you would like to highlight. Select the desired highlight color. Highlight green, highlight pink, highlight yellow, or highlight blue icon. You may want to have a highlighting strategy. For example, you may want to highlight all key terms in green, key concepts in yellow, questions in blue, etc. Your strategies will vary depending on your preferences. Continue selecting and highlighting text until you have highlighted all the information you desire. When you're finished highlighting items, select the Collect Highlights icon from the toolbar, and the Collect Highlights window will open. Select by checking or deselect by unchecking the colors that you would like to collect. Adjust the Collect Highlights settings as desired. In the Color Collection Separation section, select either Paragraph, Column Break, Page Break, or None from the drop-down list. Paragraph will have each color's highlighted text separated by a line break. That is, all of the green highlights will be separated from the blue highlights by one blank line on the same page. Selecting Page Break will have each color's highlighted text on a different page. That is, all of the green highlights will be on a different page from the blue highlights, etc. In the Highlighted Items Separation section, select New Line, Tab, Space, or None from the drop-down list depending on your preference. Select by checking or deselect by unchecking Collect Highlights from multiple documents as appropriate. Note that this only works with Word documents and/or Internet Explorer web pages. Check or uncheck to include a bibliography as desired. If you do want to include a bibliography, select the desired bibliography format from the Bibliography Format drop-down list. Select OK. Read and Write collects the highlighted text from the document and inserts them into a new Microsoft Word document. It also inserts a bibliography at the bottom of the page if you selected to include a bibliography. Save the Word document if you'd like to reference it later. When using the highlighter tools while reading PDF documents in PDF Aloud, you will need to turn off the Click to Speak tool. Ensure there is a red dot to the right of the finger. Clicking within a document to highlight text while the Click to Speak tool is active will confuse PDF Aloud. Continue selecting and highlighting text until you have highlighted all of the information you desire. When finished, collect the highlights using the Collect Highlights icon and review and adjust the settings in the Collect Highlights dialog box as desired. Remember to save the resulting Word document if you will need it for future reference. To clear the highlights from a document, I'm going to go back to the Word document that I highlighted earlier. Select the Clear Highlights icon. All highlights should be gone from your document. Note that you may need to select all of the text in the Word document before clearing the highlights. A quick way to select all of the text in a Word document is to press Ctrl+A. Once all the text in the document is selected, select the Clear Highlights icon. All highlights should now be gone from your document. In most cases, simply using the play icon on the toolbar or the Read the Web option will enable the text in a document or web page to be read to you. However, there are some programs where the text is inaccessible and cannot be read out loud. For example, inaccessible Flash, locked PDF documents, and text and images may have text that is inaccessible. When you want to have text read in these applications, the screenshot reader may be the tool to use. When you discover some text that is not accessible, is not reading aloud, you can do the following. Select the screenshot reader icon on the toolbar and draw a box around the text you would like to have read out loud. The screen analyzer will process the image and the text will appear in the text reader window. The text will automatically be read aloud. To reread the text, select the play button in the bottom right corner of the text box if available. You may or may not need to close the text reader window. I'll demonstrate the screenshot reader with some inaccessible text on the internet.
Humboldt State University, California State University campus. .7 Holland breaks program stolen base record. Mariah Smither.
There may be times when your instructors provide you with inaccessible PDF documents. You will know the files are inaccessible because Read and Write will not read the text out loud. You can use the scanning tool to convert these inaccessible files into files that can be read out loud by Read and Write. You can use the scanning tool to scan from a digital camera, a scanner that is hooked up to your computer, or from a file, an image-based file. There are several options of file formats to which to save, including Word, HTML, and PDF. Scanning to Word is recommended if you want to edit the document, and scanning to a PDF file is recommended if you want to simply scan a document and have it read aloud. Scanning to PDF provides a near picture image of the original document. When converting inaccessible files, you will be scanning from a file. You will need to save the inaccessible file to your hard drive or flash drive before scanning it. To scan from a file, select the Scan drop-down list on the toolbar. Because you are converting an inaccessible file you have and not using a scanner to create a file, you're going to select Scan from File. Go back up to the toolbar and select the Scan icon and the Open Files dialog box will open. Navigate to the location where the inaccessible file is located and select Open. The multi-page document detected dialog box will open. Select the page range you would like converted. The default is to convert all pages in the document. Select Scan. The Save As dialog box will open. Navigate to the area where you would like the conversion results saved and type in a name where it asks for file name and select Save. The converted file will open in either Microsoft Word or PDF depending on which one you selected. Once the converted document opens, use the play, pause, and stop icons to control reading.
Empire in the East. Portugal is a small country of moderate fertility. In the 15th century, its population numbered about 1 million and its chief products and exports consisted of wine, port, increasingly, Madeira, rich, head-turning beverages, and, rising fast, cane sugar. Had the Portuguese such a leap beyond sense and sensibility is not unknown in history. We shall see several examples later on, and indeed it is precisely this kind of unreasonable initiative that endows history with uncertainty and defeats prediction.
This concludes the basic instruction for getting started with Read and Write and for reading e-text files provided by the Student Disability Resource Center. A follow-up training appointment has already been set up for you. Our knowledgeable student assistants are eager to answer any questions you may have after watching this video. Please check in at the SDRC reception desk at the time of your appointment. If you feel that this follow-up training is not necessary, please call the Student Disability Resource Center at 707-826-4678 to cancel your appointment. After your follow-up training appointment, if you wish to have further instruction on the use of Read and Write and to learn more about other features and tools available in Read and Write, please make additional appointments with the student assistants. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you found the information in this video valuable.